It is Tuesday, 27th February. Good morning and welcome to THG News Today with Mervyn Hanley. I'm happy to have you here. If you have not already, you know the first thing I'm going to say to you or ask of you, and that is to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a beat of what's happening with THG News Today, the weather. And speaking about the weather, you're going to have some serious weather conditions over the next couple of months, according to the weather experts. It's going to be a wild ride. I'm sorry that I have to say it like that, but it will be a wild ride according to the weather experts over the next couple of months. So it's always best to make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel so you are able to get the latest information about what's happening in and around your area. THG News Today is brought to you the kind compliments of Feezes on Nevis. That's right, you'll see and hear what I'm talking about shortly, and also Carl & Sons on St. Martin. But last night I stayed up for a while because we were awaiting the results out of Jamaica for the local government elections. Not the big one, not the main event. That will happen next year. And we see for the 17th time in Jamaica's country's history that Jamaicans voted yesterday to elect their local representatives in perhaps the most consequential local government election in decades. I know that I've seen the Prime Minister, he was out and about, and the analysts, they were saying that this is the first time they have seen a Prime Minister so busy on the campaign trail in a local election. Normally you'll see other people handling those and campaigning for those. But the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, he was out over the last couple of weeks, and also the opposition leader, Golden, trying to get out the votes because Golden, he has a lot to prove. We do not have the official results as yet. It was pretty close, and it is also safe to say that Prime Minister Andrew Holness, he has his hands full come next year for the main event because next year is the general election in Jamaica. It is going to be a ding-dong battle, and I think that Mark Golden, the president of the People's National Party, I believe he woke up this morning feeling good as his party picked up a number of seats. And also they won the popular vote there in Jamaica. Of course, it's all about seats, right? But at least Mark Golden, he came in at a time when the PNP was in the doghouse. Let's put it that way, right? And he came back and he pulled that back. And now, later today, we will send out the official results. But it was a nail biter up until late this morning. I checked. They're still counting. They still have to certify what took place there in Jamaica. But for sure, the PNP, they improved their standings. And the JLP, Jamaicans sent them a warning. So we will continue to monitor that. And I'll bring the results to you later on today, or we'll have an official report come Wednesday morning. So that's that for Jamaica's news. Tell you what, let's take a quick break. Let's hear from Feezes on Nevis, and we will be right back with more news right here on THG News Today.
Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feezes, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feezes, located at the entrance to the Cotton Jewelry Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.
Thank you to Feezes for joining the list of sponsors here on THG News Today, THG Network. And on my next visit to Nevis, it must be Feezes because I'm hearing so much about their rotis. I know what the ad said about their specials and what is good and what must be tasty and all of that. But Feezes, people are talking about your rotis. So I'm telling my listeners, those of you in Nevis, my viewers and listeners, make sure to check out Feezes today. Maybe this is the first time you're hearing the name, because I know some of you call it the ice cream shop right next to the public market area, the Cotton Jewelry Mall. It's Feezes. So you just make sure that you check them out. So thank you again. Okay, let's move on to our story from the BVI. And this is a very fascinating story according to the BVI News. You know, this doesn't happen too often, where a deputy or a member of cabinet will publicly, in the parliament, put their cabinet colleague on blast. Well, Kye Rymer, who is a deputy premier, he's also the Minister of Infrastructure and Works. Apparently, he's been complaining for a while about needing more funding, more capital, more resources for infrastructure on Tortola, the British Virgin Islands, especially water. And he's not getting the support from the Premier, from his boss. And so now he was asked the question in the House of Assembly by a member of the opposition, and Honorable Rymer just had enough, and he said what he had to say. And so I'm going to share that with you now. So the Works Minister Kye Rymer seemingly put his own government in the line of fire, according to BVI News, when he spoke candidly about the issues he's been having with getting crucial funds to fix the aging water infrastructure across the territory. During the House of Assembly sitting, 8th District Representative Marlon Penn asked Minister Rymer to state the plans his government has to fix the water infrastructure. When Rymer stood to respond, his words were laced with frustration as he outlined that his ministry has a $20 million plan to fix the water issues, but has only been given $200,000 for repairs in the last budget. $200,000. Now, Rymer went on to say, I think you should pose a question to the Minister of Finance. You will continue to ask me, and I'll continue to say the same. I can't repair it if I don't have the funds. And it's unfortunate that we are here with these questions. You would expect an opposition leader or someone to say that. But that is coming from the Deputy Premier of the British Virgin Islands. He's frustrated with the Premier over this and probably other stuff, because I know that there are supporters of Kye Rymer who would love to see him as Premier, not next time around, not 10 years down the line. For some reason, they want to see him as Premier today. And so I am not sure what's happening there, but it's very interesting that the Deputy Premier would call out his Premier like that publicly and in the House of Assembly. Rymer, he went on to commend the staff at the Water Department and Sewage Department, saying they continue to do their best, although infrastructure problems frustrate them. It's frustrating to them, to me, and to the residents, he said. And unless we get that injection of proper capital, we'll continue to be here. You'll continue to ask, and I'll repeat the same thing. We want to get the pipes repaired, but we don't have the funds, Rymer said candidly. But you know what is interesting about all this? A couple of days ago, we reported to you that the BVI spent, according to a report, almost $4 million in 1 year for travel. $4 million in 1 year, almost. But if you can find these resources for traveling, to attend a meeting, and for you to get miles, for you to rack up miles, so how is it that you do not have resources to fix or to repair the infrastructure problems on Tortola, Virgin Gorda, Just Van Dyke, and Igata? I don't get that. How are the priorities so misplaced? And Mr. Premier, Kye is getting more and more frustrated. And I know you know this, but just a reminder that your government is hanging on to a string. You just have a slim majority of uno. And you don't want to upset the apple cart, and you don't want to frustrate someone like Kye Rymer. He's very popular. The people love and respect him. And. Right? Yes. You know the rest. I love the Virgin Islands party. I do. I think that you guys are good for the territory. But lately, we leave it there for now. And finally, no news this morning, Guyana President Dr. Ali criticized lyrics that promote violence while addressing the opening of the 46th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of CARICOM. Guyana is hosting the event. In this region, we owe it to the generation ahead of us to keep our culture alive and to invest in this culture, Ali told his audience. He explained that the distinctly different culture distinguishes the region from others. We do not need lyrics that promote violence in this region, the Guyana leader declared. He spoke at the summit's opening ceremony after cultural performances, including drumming. We have the ability to promote good lyrics and lyrics that would move people in the positive direction and to move people to think, act, and behave positively. As leaders of this region, we have to take the situation very seriously and ensure that the lyrics of the region is the lyrics of Bob Marley, the lyrics of positivity and the lyrics of positive living and a positive change. We must take this responsibility on today. He went on to say, We have to lead a revolution against this narrative and reposition our culture in the way it was conceived. That is for positive living and positive upliftment. And I agree with the president. I have nothing to say about that. And we need more of that. We need more inspiration in our music. We need more positive vibes. We need more upliftment, not these bust a gunshot. What does that even mean? I mean, well, I know what it means, but how do you get high off of that kind of nonsense? How? Ladies and gentlemen, do join me again tomorrow morning for a similar presentation. Thank you to Carl & Sons there in St. Martin. We'll hear from them shortly. And also, Feezes there on Nevis. Have a blessed day. Carl & Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Colbay and on the Pondville. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Pondville, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you.